us a little bit about yourself. What took you on, where did you go on your path?
I guess the short answer there, Alvin, is California. I moved to California from New York, and I had previously in New York worked for a group called, well, it was a research institution called Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory. It's one of the major geoscience centers in the United States, and it's part of Columbia University. And I had worked with scientists and engineers there and run a $5 million program called the Borehole Research Group, which did the wireline logging for the ocean drilling program, which is a international research program that goes out and drills for science in all of the world's oceans, an exploration program. And I came to XCOR as a technical writer. They were looking for somebody to write the proposals and help with the writing, but primarily the proposals. And that's how I found XCOR. And it's kind of hard. I don't know if you seek out XCOR or they seek out you, but there's this nice mode that happens, this sort of wonderful turn of events that conspire to bring people in XCOR together. I just wasn't looking for anything in the new space industry, or wasn't looking, particularly for anything in Mojave. I was just looking for, to work with engineers and people who do interesting exploratory things. So.
What's it like working at XCOR?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's really exciting, and it's amazing because every day, whether you realize it or not, you're making history, and you sometimes have to stop yourself and realize that little minute thing that you're doing is eventually going to have a major impact in terms of the industry and in terms of the space transportation and travel in the broader scope. It's really very exciting because not only are we building a company, we're building an industry. We're building a whole paradigm for getting people, the mass population, up into space, which has not been done. So you have this combination of hard work, your general work that you have to do, but you also have this deep desire and this deep passion that something big is going to happen. I've never worked for a place where I'm sitting at my desk, I'm working away best I can on my computer. I get a phone call going, okay, we're going to fire the engine in 5 minutes. Just walk outside. You go, you stand there, and you listen to hear the engine. That's allowed. That's acceptable. That's normal. You do that. I remember when we flew the X-Racer, our second generation rocket-powered vehicle. We flew that 7 times in one day, and that's all we did was hang out in the hangar and watch people go up in the air and come back down, and another person gets on and goes back up. And this is my day. Nobody's telling me that I have to be at my computer and do this other stuff, do my real work. Like, this is my work right here, because this is history. This is something that will make a mark both on the company and on the industry. So it's just amazing.
What about the people you work with? Tell us about them.
Some of the smartest people on the planet. I've worked with a lot of smart, creative people, and these are the tops. It really is remarkable to see how human beings can be creative and resourceful and innovative all at the same time. I remember reading something in the Wall Street Journal about innovation and creativity and how that actually stems from what's on the table. In other words, what you can find on hand to develop the widget that you're trying to do. And these guys will come up with the most brilliant solutions with the least amount of things, material things, as possible. Our piston pump is one example where we didn't like the efficiency of the turbo pump. We didn't like the lifespan. We needed something that was a workhorse, essentially, that could operate for hours at a time, for flights, hundreds of flights, and not have to be overhauled, not have to be maintained, because that's another whole level of cost and reusability. So these guys came up with a piston pump that actually comes out of the automotive industry. It is a 3-cylinder piston pump. It's very motorcycle-like. And just to be able to turn it around and to be able to not follow a linear path to our solutions, but explore all the solutions. Explore as much as possible. So it's great. I'm not an engineer, but I love hearing the engineers talk and how they solve these problems, because in the end, you look at the solution and go, wow.